His fundamentals. Oh, there's his fundamentals. He goes this way, get punched in the face. He goes this way, get punched in the face. He goes boom, 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 boom. Those are his fundamentals. And ain't nobody gonna take my opinion off of that. 30, 40 seconds about. Yeah, I do my best work in about 30, 40 seconds.
With each passing day, more and more talented guys from the lightweight division are gaining weight and moving up to the next weight class. Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, undisputed champion Devin Haney. All of them decided to no longer torture themselves with weight cuts and compete at 140 pounds, but recently the roster lost 2 more bright boxers. I'm talking about former opponents of Gervonta Davis, New Mexican Hope, Isaac Cruz, and well-known trash talker Rolando Romero, who clashed in a fight for the WBA Championship title. Until recently, the careers of these guys were moving in different directions and no one thought they could be matched against each other. Before meeting the champion from Baltimore, Isaac had not lost 18 fights in a row and was considered a very talented prospect, but only the most hardcore fans knew about him. However, everything changed overnight. In general, the Mexican was not supposed to fight Davis, but the latter's opponent unexpectedly pulled out, so Isaac was asked to save the fight on 2 weeks' notice. Fans thought that Pitbull would be just another guy Gervonta would easily put to sleep, but Cruz not only didn't fall asleep, but he also even took several rounds from the champion. Since that day, Isaac's fanbase, which previously consisted only of his relatives, significantly expanded, and the boxer himself came back and scored 3 victories, picking up a couple of secondary class belts along the way. Now, let's talk about his opponent, the super lightweight division champion Rolando Romero. His story is very similar to what Cruz went through and only differs in some details. Before becoming a victim of Gervonta, Rolly was an undefeated puncher with a record of 14-0 and good prospects. Promoters should have kept him on a diet of veterans and other contenders for longer, but instead, Romero was thrown under the tank. Experienced and far more skillful Davies cautiously worked with Rolando at a distance and in the 6th round finished him with a 1-punch knockout. The defeat did not make Romero more humble, but it prompted him to change his weight class, which was done. His debut at 140 took place against the seasoned veteran Ismael Barroso, with a vacant WBA belt on the line. The skillful Barroso comfortably led the fight, but in the 9th round he slightly hesitated and missed several heavy blows, which is why the scandalous referee Tony Weeks justified his reputation and stopped the fight prematurely. Thus, Rolly ended up with the belt, but the fans were definitely dissatisfied and were waiting for a hero who would set things right. This fate fell to Isaac. The fight was announced in January, and a few days later, Rolly spoke out about it for the first time.
I mean, let's be honest with you. It was always going to be me, the A-side. I'm champion. I don't know any time in the damn world that champion A-side, champion A-side. So, they could all go fuck off. Everyone disappointed with that. I decided to fight Pitbull Cruz, but isn't Pitbull Cruz a more difficult fighter, a stronger fighter, more durable fighter, more exciting fighter? So, did I, like I said, it just shows that I have balls for going after Pitbull Cruz.
The interviewer was curious why Romero was making his first defense specifically against Cruz, ignoring more media-friendly guys. On the one hand, Rolly called Cruz a worthy opponent and acknowledged his skills, but on the other hand, he belittled all other contenders. It seems this guy just can't do without humiliations. A few weeks after the announcement, the guys met face to face for the first time at one of the press conferences.
I want the fans to be the true winners of the night. That's what I'm preparing for. And that's why I want to go and face Rolly Romero, take the world title away from him, and give the fans what they want to see.
Chihuahua, poodle, he kind of looks like a pug right now, so yeah, he's a little fat right now. So, I mean, self-explanatory.
Throughout the press conference, the guys had at most 5 minutes to express their thoughts into the microphone, but even that time was enough for Rolando to express his disrespect for his opponent. Later, when Isaac was giving a separate interview, Rolando walked behind him and inserted his 2 cents again. As it turned out later, Rolando liked comparing the future opponent with dog breeds, so in subsequent interviews, he did not forget to mention this topic.
No, he kind of looked like an English bulldog, a French bulldog, a pug right now. He's a little fat, a little puffy, you know? Can't wait to hit him in the body. Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to it's like talking to a rock. I mean, it kind of looks like a rock, but yeah, it's just like talking to a rock.
One of Rolando's favorite topics prior to the fight was Cruz's weight, or rather, its excess amount.
I think he might be, them tacos, man.
Oh, you're saying he's kind of big?
Yeah, them tacos, man. I don't think he's allowed to post right now. He hasn't posted anything. I mean, he's a big boy. I mean, I think he weighs way more than me right now. I know that for sure. That's not Pitbull Cruz. That's English bulldog, pug, French bulldog.
The champion was interviewed quite often, so the insults towards Cruz almost never ended. But all this was just child's play. As the fight approached, the guys were increasingly surrounded by the attention of various media, and in mid-March, they had a video conference.
Unique. He's just a come forward dude that don't stop throwing punches, you know. It is honestly probably been the easiest sparring I've ever tried to find in my life. So, I mean, what I really want to know is how you're going to find sparring for me, because you can't replicate me. You can replicate him. You can't replicate me.
Rolly was completely confident that technically he was 2 or 3 heads above his opponent, so he constantly called his style predictable and said that Isaac would dig his own grave.
I don't even gotta set traps. He sets himself up for him. Shoot. I mean, let me ask you this. What do you think he's gonna do? You think he's gonna go out there and try to box thinking he's Floyd or something?
No.
Or is he gonna come in head first like he always does?
I mean, it's going to be aggression from the opening part of the bell.
Okay, so I don't gotta set traps. He's already set up.
Strangely enough, there was only one interesting and unusual moment at the press conference. Rolly came to the event in his favorite style of Mum's Gangster, and on his bare chest he sported a chain in the shape of a chihuahua with Cruz's head.
This right here is my good luck charm. It's Chihuahua Cruz.
Just a couple of days before the long-awaited boxing evening, the main stars clashed in a face-off, and our heroes as well. After the stare-down, Romero talked about his conversation with Cruz.
Know that I'll give him this after the fight, that I'm gonna knock him out, yada yada yada. And he's like, okay, that's no problem. Thank you for the opportunity. Let's get some tacos after the fight. I'm like, fuck yeah, I fucking love tacos, El Gordo, shit.
The contender also shared his thoughts.
Look, he's all bark and no bite, and I'm gonna show him who the true dog is. And in the end, I'm gonna come out on top. I just want him to fight, stop talking, because I'm gonna knock him out too. So in the end, it's all bark and no bite, like I said.
For the time that passed between the fight announcement and entering the ring, Romero said enough to get knocked out. But how did it all turn out in reality? I haven't seen such one-sided fights in a long time. Isaac dominated from the start to the 8th round, not letting Romero land a single combo. Roland, who laughed at Cruz's style, was groggy within minutes. The American only managed to clinch, leading to a point deduction by the referee. Isaac's victory was inevitable, and he finished Romero in the 7th round with powerful hooks. Cruz proved that skills matter more than size, and Rollies like Romero don't belong in the title race. I'd love to see a rematch between Pitbull Cruz and Tank, but with a full camp this time. What are your thoughts on the fight? Share your opinion in the comments.